Alright, good morning. I'm so late. I got some oxtails here. I don't feel like looking for no music, so y'all will be hearing me today. I'm gonna clean these with some salt and vinegar, and I'm gonna let them wash in it while I cut the veggies. Okay, so here's my veggies. I'm gonna slice these. Not dice, but slice them. And of course, lots of garlic. I know I love my garlic. Okay, here's our nice clean oxtails. Look at them glisten. All right, let's get these bad boys seasoned and into that pot. Here's my seasonings I'm using today: pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, slap your mama. That's a trio. I use that almost everything. Some browning, some thyme, ginger, and allspice. Beef bouillon gives it a really good flavor. I'm gonna use some herb de Provence, and I'm gonna put my garlic. I make this so much I can't tell y'all the measurements. Sprinkle until your little heart is content. What I'll do is season it, mix it with my hands, and then I'll season it again. And I'll come back at that part. Also adding these. Forgot to show you guys, but we're gonna add that as well. After our first season, it's the Worcestershire. Then I'm just gonna put a couple of dashes of soy sauce, like so. Trying to open the ketchup with one hand, and it ain't open. Oh, there we go. So just put that much ketchup. And I'm gonna mix this up. So we're just gonna dig in there, mix it up really, really, really well. Here's our second round of seasoning, and now I'm gonna add my browning and mix that all mixed up. Now I'm gonna put some oil in our pot and let that heat up a bit. I like to start it on high because then I'll turn it down and let it cook. The oil's nice and hot. I'm gonna place these oil. What I do to make a thick gravy, I add some flour. And I just toss those around, put that flour off, and I add the liquid. It'll cook a thicker gravy. So while that flour's cooking off, I'm gonna add my veggies to that same bowl. We had all that flavor from the meat. And I'm gonna pour in some beef stock because we're gonna add this. I like to get the sides, everything. Go in there and break up those onions. Now you can see how the flour cooked down. Now I'm gonna add our veggies and our beef stock. And if I need more, then I'll just add some more. I just take a spoonful of this and add it to some hot water. Stir it, and you got beef broth. And then I'm gonna add this to the pot. Give it a little mix. So now I'm gonna bring this to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'll cover it and I'll turn it down. Okay, so now you can see it started to boil. I'm gonna put the top on and I'm gonna turn it down to like medium low. Okay, so now we got our oxtails on. Let's start our collard greens. And same ingredients. Only difference is I'm gonna dice these, not slice it. So here is what we're using. That good old Kerrygold. This is for our collard greens, and this is apple cider vinegar in there. So the first thing I do is melt the butter. So I'm gonna throw my veggies in here. Once that's melted, I'm gonna add my veggies. Okay. Now I'm gonna add my garlic. Now that this has softened up a bit, just added 2 heaping spoonfuls. Yes, I love garlic. Yes, I love to season my food. Yes, I do. Yes, I love slapping on my garlic powder. Yes. Yes, and yes. You use what you use. And I'm going to use mine. Okay, here I have some collard greens that I bought in a bag. But I might as well got them chopped myself because I had to do a lot of chopping after I washed them. So whoever bagged these, they did not do a good job. Chopping them up. So yeah, I know we gotta put a little on at a time, let it cook down, and then we'll stir and add the rest. So I finally got all the greens into the pot. Now we're gonna start seasoning. I add all our seasonings. Okay. Can't tell you how much, but as it cooks, you can always taste it. Add more if you need more. I'm gonna stir this and then season it again, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you this is a game changer for my greens. And that's when I felt like I perfected the seasoning combination. So good. Must try it. Alright, so at this point you can taste it. So you can see what the seasoning looking like. I added some more beef bouillon. Then I'm gonna slide this back, turn it down, and just let that cook. I'm gonna show y'all the oxtail. This is how it's looking after the first hour of cooking. You can season it if you need to. This is where you can taste it and see if it needs anything. Now I'm gonna make some Big Mac. That's all I put in it. I do a combination of cheddar jack and extra sharp. Let's get this going. So I'm draining our noodles. I'm gonna melt this stick of butter in here and one of the bags of extra sharp as well as the cheddar jack. So I like to melt that cheese a bit with that butter, and then I'm gonna add in my evaporated milk, just 1 can. And then I'm gonna start adding my elbows into this. And you can see I started adding my elbows. I never use the whole box. I always make the whole box, but I usually use like 3/4 of it. Y'all hear that? Now I'm gonna season this up a little bit. Now I'm gonna get this into our bacon dish, and I'm gonna top it with cheese. And I'll also add the egg. Then here's our bacon dish. I did butter the sides and the bottom. I tasted the noodle. You can eat this just like this. Now I have 2 eggs that I beat. I'm gonna just mix that in and top it with the cheese and a little paprika. So y'all, we're gonna bake this at 375 until it's done, nice and bubbly and brown outside. Add this to our oxtails. And they go to the party. Give it a little mix. A little mix. Y'all see how that gravy is a little thicker versus if I would not have added the flour, it would have just been more brothy. This smells good. Let's see. Yeah, they almost done. Well, here's the test. Even though if we need to cook it longer. It does break, but another hour. Watch how easy it is to cut. Greens. I just had cooking on low. They're done, but I just leave it on until everything is ready. So I have to give it a little taste here. Need more than that on that spoon. All right, I'm gonna try it. Oh my God, it's so good. All right, guys, just gotta go. Just wanted to come back and show y'all how tender it is now. Look at that, like butter.